Anybody? Jeez. Hey everybody, it's your girl Mona from Mama, the undisputed African queen. I'm thinking I did not send the invite to Hey everybody, I'm just trying to send this invite to Goody and Erica. How are you everybody? Happy Mother's Day to all moms over here. I'm your girl, Mother from Mama, the undisputed African queen. We are gonna just be very brief because I know everybody is busy on this Sunday night, celebrating Mother's Day. Such a noble thing to do. I am over here enjoying myself as usual. Mm, 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 mm. We are speaking on Put a Ring on It. Hi, babe. Happy Mother's Day. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We just gonna be talking about. I was talking to Goody and Eric, and I said, you know what? Maybe we should do a combination of both Love and Marriage, Huntsville, because there was nothing much happening over there, right? I mean, this stupid tea that they had was like, what's the point of having this tea? Like, it did not make sense at all. And we could see Kiki doing a whole lot. Kiki is like she's trying to secure her bag for the next season because the only reason she came back is because of Tisha, and now she's trying to create drama where unnecessary. Like, why is she creating drama with Tiffany? You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. We are gonna be speaking on Put a Ring on It and Love and Marriage Huntsville combination of those. We're not gonna keep you here for so long. I'm expecting Goody and Erica to be here. But we're starting with Put a Ring on It. We see, the couples, some of them deciding to go for another date. Like Catherine decided to go on her fourth date with Marcus. She still seemed very torn. At this point, Catherine, she does not need to be with anybody. She needs to be working on herself. She really has a whole lot to do. I mean, she's not supposed to be jumping from one relationship to the other. Um, and what I was talking, Kamisha did a panel, and I was like, you know what? Ricky and Catherine were not supposed to be on this show. They did not have the two. I mean, the last thing they want in a relationship is anybody to put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? The only reason you're coming to put a ring on it show, it is because you feel like you're at a place where somebody is supposed your partner is supposed to be be taking that extra step. They're still with they're living with their whole clan. Their budget, their finances are still not together. Why would you expect somebody to put a ring on it when you're still living with your mama, uncle, grandparent, grandfather, cousin, and everybody else in the house? I mean, the last thing that you would want is that guy to be putting a ring on it. Your finances are not together, and so you are not supposed. Yo, even the way they dress up, they give me thrift store all the time. Like other gentlemen, the other two guys, Zay and Joshua come, they're dressed nicely in coats and looking good, looking sharp. Ricky is coming there wearing a hoodie. I'm like, a hoodie? A hoodie. Oh my God. But I think Catherine may be a survivor of domestic violence. You think so? Is it? I thought she was like more of, maybe going through. I don't think, not from Ricky though. Do you think it's from Ricky, baby? Because Ricky does not seem like a guy who can even kill a fly. You know what I mean? I don't know. And her daddy, the dad seems to be very, very well composed. You know? I don't know. I don't know, Catherine. You think she was a domestic violence, but not from Ricky, though, baby. I don't think it's from Ricky. That would be sad. And that's what I'm saying. She is not supposed to be joining. She's not supposed to be looking for another relationship. She's supposed to be like, working on herself because, trying to create your boundaries and making sure that nobody's coming to cross those boundaries. Be healthy on your own before you jump into another relationship. Uh, BBC's previous relationship, she keeps saying she did not have a voice and she was controlled. Even her upbringing, though, it might not necessarily be romantic relationships, but I think even in her upbringing, she keeps blaming mommy, saying mom was like this, mom was violent, mom was this. It might not necessarily be just like you know romantic because and especially not from Ricky. It's not from Ricky. I mean, you cannot be living with your uncle, auntie, and everybody else. And why is Ricky gonna have a chance to even do anything? You know what I mean? She did not belong. She's not supposed to have been on this show. Like if there's, in fact, Dunbar and Stacy girl, they should have been left. Should be the ones who have stayed in the show. And this Ricky and Catherine should have left the show. I don't know who recruited them. I don't know who auditioned them and decided that we needed them for the show. I don't get it. I don't agree. But baby, do you agree with me though that this girl called Joshua's girlfriend, the one who wanted a child, she's a very lucky girl. That dude is scared of losing her, and that's why. Because what the question I have is, you came to the show saying, I do not want to have children in the next 2 years. There are things that you just don't change just because you have come to a show. You decide that you know what, I do not want to have children in the next 2 years. You're not gonna come over here and meet Stacy and now everything changes and you realize, oh, I don't care about the having children. Something happened to Catherine and she's settling for Ricky. Ricky must have been really nice. Oh, right. She was so traumatized, and when she sees Ricky and Ricky is so soft and nice, she's like, I'm gonna settle. But now she's realized after she met this Marcus dude, she says, oh, maybe I don't need to settle. I don't need to settle. And I think that's what I said. And I said, Ricky has been so nice to her that she's feeling bad to like not choose him. She's like, oh, he has been here with me. He supported me. I came to Atlanta. I moved from Texas to Atlanta, and he supported me. I lived with him, right? And he financially sort of helped her. And I think that's why she's feeling some type of way not to choose him. That's why you can see her how she's very torn. She's very torn. It's gonna be interesting. But the girl who wanted the children, all of a sudden now they don't have any timeline. They don't have any timeline. She realizes, oh, she's controlling. I don't know, you guys. How do you just I don't get it. Mm-mm. 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 I don't get it. Mm-mm. And then we see Jasmine and Zay. I think those two really, really, are there. Even Joshua and the girlfriend, they are still there. I think those two couples are ready to put a ring on it, but not Joya. Yeah, Joya is full of it and a lawyer. How have you never had an argument with Joshua? Girl, listen. I feel like Joshua is a dude. I feel like he was scared. He came to the president and realized, oh my gosh, I might lose her. I might lose her. She was like, he was like, oh, I don't care. At this point, I can have the children. Erica is here.
Hey
Hi, babe.
everyone.
What's up? How are you?
Nothing much. I'm good. Can you
Well,
hear me?
well, yes, I can hear you. We were just starting and we were talking about how Ricky wasn't supposed to be on the show. Catherine was not supposed to be on the show. And Bibi was making some comments over there saying that, it seems like Catherine has been involved in some domestic violence kind of a situation. Might not be necessarily from, I don't know whether it's romantic or it's her upbringing. And to me, I was saying, even if it was like she was involved in that kind of a situation, I also think that they are not financially there to make a decision on putting, like, getting into a really serious relationship is the last thing the two of them need.
Yeah, I
Do you
didn't
agree?
really like the way it seemed like it was all on Catherine. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Ricky, couldn't you have
Mhm.
just talked to your dad at home? Don't you live with him? So that's the part where I was kind of like, okay, Ricky has his own issues too. So I agree, but I feel like everybody's kind of like, oh, Catherine needs to heal. And I'm like,
No, yeah, Ricky too. It's Ricky who kept saying, she's working on these things. She's working on Ricky. You also have things to work on. It wasn't just
Exactly. I was
Catherine.
like, Ricky, are you working on getting your own place? Let's start with the basics.
Can we do that? Can we live not live with uncles and aunties and cousins? Okay.
Exactly. I'm like, how she gonna have time to work on herself and she taking care of your kids and your sister's kids? Like, how are y'all even making it seem like, oh, she needs to work on herself? She's taking care of you and helping your family. So, you know, where you're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be the sole
Mm-hmm.
provider. So yeah, that was the thing I didn't really care for because I was like, why is it all on
Yeah.
Catherine? And then um unfortunately though, I feel like her date, um Marcus or Mark or whatever his name is, he just seems
Marcus,
like such
yes.
a
Marcus.
yeah, he seems like such a sleazeball.
He,
Like he seems like he's
he
just saying
annoys me.
anything. Yeah, I
Yes.
can't stand
That's what
him.
I say. That's what I
I'm like
say. I say
he's
that.
saying anything to her. I'm like, you just on TV looking thirsty. Like, stop.
Yes. Yes, very much so. Because if you're this kind of a dude that you're gonna fly over from Texas to come and see her for a date, so why are you single? Right?
Because he's okay. First of all, to me, what I don't like about him is he doesn't come off authentic. Like maybe I guess he really likes
No, he's
her,
not.
but he's saying anything he can to get her to leave her man. And that's just what it sounds like. He's
Mhm,
not even, some of
mhm.
the other people seem to be having real conversations like, oh, okay, I
Conversation,
see where
right?
you do
Mhm.
need to work on yourself or whatever. But he's just sitting up in here like, oh, I'm the whole
He
package. You
annoys
need to
me.
leave your man.
Yeah,
You're so beautiful. Be with me. And I'm like, ugh, you're giving me a headache. Stop it.
he annoys me. He annoys me very much. And then, Catherine is giving him all these ammunitions. We are not intimate anymore. We are not this. The guy is grabbing all those and using it. Like, oh, don't worry. And grab. No wonder the guy was looking
Right.
for fries in between her boobs. The girl is missing that.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Donna D is making a point over here. Donna D is making a point saying, I was hoping Joya would give Luther a closure date. He deserved it, and that was a beautiful gift. Oh my God, Donna D is still on the flamingo thing. Jesus. Take them.
Oh, oh, okay. Well, so here was the thing I thought about that gift. I did think it was very cute. It was a really cute picture, and I liked the idea behind it, but I feel like, does he know what show he's on? Because if they're living together, how you gonna give somebody a gift who's living with a man?
To,
Because where is she gonna hang the picture? That was always gonna
to,
be a problem. Like, are they gonna put it in the bathroom? Like, where
okay,
are they gonna put the picture?
right?
Because why am I gonna hang a picture up that some other dude drew for you? So that was never gonna go in her house, and it's gonna cause confusion. So, maybe give her something small
And
enough to
and
take to the
the
office or
reason
something. But I'm like, why would you give her a big old picture to take back to her man? That seems
and the
like,
reason,
yeah.
right? The only reason, Donna D, the reason why she never did that closure date is because she was not serious about that. She was trying to make sure that the boyfriend is feeling jealous. She wanted to make sure the boyfriend is jealous because she kept on saying, "What is your hardest? What was your difficult situation during this process?" And when the dude said, you seeing you get out of that house with other dudes, she was like, she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. And she kept saying, "Oh no, I've realized I'm controlling." Girl, you're selfish. You're selfish. You might be controlling, but you're also selfish.
Yeah, I agree. I think she was doing different things. Like, okay, that guy, that painting was a good gift. And she and that guy had good conversation, but no real chemistry. So I think that guy was a good way for her she really was trying to get Joshua jealous really the whole time.
Attention.
And the
Yeah.
whole
Right.
time he
Right.
was like, oh, we're learning from the process. I'm doing the process. He's just real chilled. And she was trying to get certain reactions from him. Now, what were your thoughts
Mm-hmm.
about her whole thing with Dr. Stacy? Because I feel like if she really wants to have kids, I don't feel like yeah, people do have children at 40 and 41, but if it's something you really want, then you have to look at, do you want kids more than you want that relationship? Because I feel like if that's how she really feels, don't play like you don't want it. Because when he comes
That's
up
what
and
I
he,
say.
and he's traveling and you 45, he still can have kids. So she, I'm
That's
like,
what
if
I
you really don't,
say. I see.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Go
agree
ahead.
with
Finish your
Dr.
line of
Stacy
thought.
on that one.
Oh,
I didn't agree
listen.
with Dr.
I
Stacy on that because I'm like, if that's what she really wants and that's the timeline she on, he might not be. That can be a deal breaker because kids are a big thing, and she was absolutely right. Like if she wanted her kids to be together in the same home, I mean, all the stuff she said to me, yeah, if I already had a child, it wouldn't be that deep. But if that's really what she wants, then
I say
she's right. Like,
what I said
you know,
was right. Yes, and those are not things that you change just because you've met somebody who is calling themselves a doctor and they're talking to you about relationship. You have your fundamentals, you have things that you want in a relationship. You come into a relationship, you're like, you know what? I don't want to be a mom. Do you want children? I don't want to be a mom, right? So those are things that you're
right,
not going to change. You know what I mean? She knew she had reasons why she wanted her children in the first 2 years. She knows her clock is ticking and all those things. The boyfriend, on the other hand, is saying, give us time. Let's take time. I don't think those are things that you change just because you have come to a show or put a ring on it. You know what I mean? And for them, it's just like,
exactly,
oh, okay. Now we don't
exactly. And
care
I
about
was like,
that. It's gonna happen and it
girl, you
happens.
might need to talk to might need to talk to Chance and that other girl because I'm like, you can't let her. If what you really want is kids. I mean, it was kind of cute when Joshua was like, "Oh, we can start the baby making or whatever." But I'm like, nah, dude. Like, if you really, what I'm saying, because if she's, like really once you're over 35, I mean, the stats are out there. So it's
Yes.
kind of that thing where I'm
Yeah.
like, if she really wants this, she got to take it serious for herself. And,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, if that's what she really wants to do. And so I was like, well, everything
Mm-hmm.
she said, um, how should I put it? Everything
Was
that Dr. Stacy was telling her, those were exceptions to the rule. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wait until you're 41 or 42, you can have kids. Of course, people have kids at that age, but it's not as easy. There's just so many
yeah.
more issues that
The
can
body
happen.
is right. 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 It's not the same as, like I had my children when I was in my 30s. It's not the same as my 40s. You're tired. Your body is changing, you're aging, right? It's
Right,
different.
your eggs,
It's
all
different.
that
And those,
stuff.
those
So I was like,
mm-hmm.
why is she advising her of that? Because it's like, yeah, because it's like if that's how she really, to me, it's like I would, if I was the doctor, she should have at least told her how badly do you want to have kids? Because if what you really, because kids are deal breakers in plenty of relationships. Like if that's really what
And
you
she would
want and the
even have
person really doesn't want it, then,
right. And
you
even in
know,
that conversation, she would have talked about, how our body changes. Your body is not going to be the same as in your 30s, not the same as 40s. And maybe even introduce things like, technology. Are you freezing your eggs or this and this? She's not involved in that kind. She's like, girl, don't talk about having children anymore. Don't talk about that. Let's not talk about that anymore.
I mean, the only thing you can say is don't talk about it, be about it. Like if you go, if you gonna trick them and get pregnant, but if you're not doing that, then you need to find somebody who's gonna give you a baby because your clock is ticking. He got plenty of time. He
It
got a
sure
kid.
is.
He might not.
It sure
He
is.
might marry her and not ever want to have kids. And then what? So she has to be ready
I
to give
also
that dream up.
Right. But I also felt that the dude was also threatened. He was threatened when he saw her, having a good time and talking about all these intimate conversations that they've had. And he was like, oh, maybe now it's time to forget about the 2 years, the timeline that I was giving. And, it's time to be romantic and say, you know what, I'm okay now.
I see. I don't know. I mean, I see what his point is. I think she really does love him, but I also feel like you all have to be honest about where you stand with the kids thing. You know what I'm saying? So this
Yeah, because that's a serious
maybe,
topic.
like I think they both really love each other, and I really think Joshua is a good guy, but I don't think he's that big on
Yes.
having more kids. I think he wants to travel. His, both of their children are almost going to be teenagers or whatever. I don't think he wants to go back to diapers and all that stuff because it's going to limit
Diapers.
their lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So,
And I feel like,
yeah.
he, I agree with you. And I feel like, he's just gonna do anything to keep her. And then the thing is, you do those things and you're gonna be resentful in years to come,
Yeah.
you know.
And that's the thing. I think
But
the doctor should have really told her, like, okay, how badly do you want
Mhm.
this particular dream? Because that's the thing. If you go ahead and he decides because he don't really want kids now, he might not want kids in 2 years. He might not want kids for 10 years. He can have kids at 10 years. You can't. So you
you
have to
can,
make a decision for yourself.
right? Right? Yeah. Donadi,
And
yes,
that's
I
going to
had
be
a
a
great
lot of
Mother's Day.
resentment right there if she's like, oh, if she really wants to have, if she's really pressed about it. I mean, I think to me, I felt like that was really the only issue in their relationship is the kid issue, but telling her not to talk about it does not resolve the issue
And that's what I
if
said.
that's
There,
what
there are
she really
things that
wants.
you don't compromise on when you go into a relationship, right? There are things that you
Right.
want in a relationship. And there are things that, and especially this having children, it has a timeline, especially for her. She's in her late 30s, she's 37, 38. She's gonna be soon hitting her menopause. She's looking at that clock that is ticking. So there are things that you're not gonna compromise on. They did not carry us through into that conversation and how they settle it down. They're just like, you know what? I've realized I'm controlling. I've realized I'm doing this and this. I'm just gonna let it go. That's not how you resolve those difficult conversations, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then that's the thing too. I mean, they should have shown her, or maybe he could have gone with her. Like if they were really serious, like you said, either do in vitro and freeze your embryo, because that's the thing now. As you get older, I mean, I thought about doing
Mhm.
this, but as you get older, like especially over 35, once you get, you can't just freeze your eggs forever either. So if you're if you, as you get
Right.
older, depending on like obviously your own, each person is an individual, but if you're over 35, they may or may not, you may or may not be eligible to freeze your eggs anyway. Because sometimes if your eggs
Oh,
are too old, they're like, there's no point in freezing them because when it's not going to work. So, I mean, like not
oh, I
even
didn't
being
know that.
funny because I thought about freezing my eggs but it's like, okay, if you're over 35, like I was doing research, and they were kind of like, no, you really need to freeze your eggs, like ideally in your 20s and definitely in your early 30s.
Mm.
But yeah, but maybe not saying that would have happened to her or not, but if he was really serious, like, okay, I'm thinking about having kids, but I'm not ready now, then
Mhm.
the freezing the
But you
eggs
have
is
to
an important
realize,
thing.
but listen, she's 37, 38. She's been with him for 2 years. So they met when she was already 35, you know, already around that
Right.
time. Around that time, if she had not frozen her eggs at that point, it's already late, according to your research, correct?
Right. I mean, either way, it's late. I mean, I'm not even lying, but I feel like at least if they're serious, then at least go to the doctor and see what the doctor says. You know what I'm saying? Because I think on what's that show, 90 Day
And
Fiance,
that's
it
what
was a
Bibi is saying.
it was a similar
Mm-hmm.
storyline with the people from Detroit where like they went to the doctor because the husband was the same way. Let's wait 2 years. And the doctor was like, girl, you ain't got 2 years. So that's the thing. Like she really needs to go to the doctor to see, okay, and maybe like
Elizabeth,
that.
it's like this.
Yeah.
You say like 90 days. Is this like the old lady Angela? She goes to Nigeria. She's like,
Okay, no,
can you
not
check my
Angela,
egg?
because that was
Listen,
crazy. Because that
listen.
Nigerian
The
doctor
doctor is
stole her money. That doctor stole her money and told her she had one egg. I was like, girl, you do not have one egg. You have no eggs. I don't know why that doctor told her that. That doctor was just, I'm like, y'all making Nigerians look bad right now because that doctor just straight taking her money so Michael can get married. I'm talking about the woman from Trinidad who married the black woman from Trinidad who married the guy from Detroit. Not Angela. Angela ain't seen a period in years and years and years going to the doctor. Like, come on, Angela.
Angela is like,
mean,
Michael wants children. Michael wants children. And the Nigerian doctor is like, okay, let's see. First
the
of all,
Nigerian doctor was like,
woman.
Angela, I found one egg. I was like, stop it. Stop it, doctor. Just like, Angela, you got one egg. I was like, no. Then Angela got back to USA and they were like, that doctor lied to you. You have no eggs. Oh gosh. I feel like Michael must have paid that doctor extra money or something. Just tell him anything so they can get married. But yeah, so that was the only thing with Joshua and Joya that I was like, she's pressed because she needs to be pressed. You should be pressed at 37 if what you want is to have a kid. Because you don't have 2 years to dilly dally. And then, I mean, as you get older, as your eggs, become, they're just not the same quality. So then you not only face issues with your pregnancy, but like you're more likely to have complications with your children too. So it's like, everybody loves their children, but it's like, okay, I mean, now you're talking disabilities, you're talking a lot of other things that can be a lot.
Right. That's listen,
and so
Bibi, I agree with you. Yeah. I cannot imagine myself having a children in my 40s. Listen, no, man. No, we cannot have children in our 40s. Oh my gosh, it takes too much from your body, and you guys have no. Oh my god, it's too much.
And I mean, and if she wants it, okay, but I think that, like I just didn't think Dr. Stacy. I was like, I feel like Dr. Ponytail would have come up with a better resolution. I'm just going to keep it 100. I feel like Dr. Ponytail would have been like, you have to make a decision.
Have been more resourceful. She would have been like, more resourceful. What do you really want?
Like, if you really want children, then you need to find a way. And then Joshua can decide what he wants to do. But if he wants to travel the world for 2 years, you ain't got 2 years to just be traveling, kicking
it. And even you can see her, you can see Dr. Nicole bringing them together, right? Having a conversation with the two of them. You don't want children at this point. She wants children at this point. You don't want to say, we don't have that.
Or just have a real conversation. If you want to have children, is the point. I mean, because it's like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to have children while your son is still in the house? Are you trying, because she may, I mean, the things that she brought up to Dr. Stacy were definitely time sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Because like if your son wants a brother or sister, and you give them a brother or sister when they're 16 and 17 about to go to college, like they're not going to have, it's going to be a different type of relationship. They might be cool, but they're not going to have that same sort of bond, which they may or may not have anyway, but that's a definite thing. And then, I mean, she needs to decide for herself, do you have to have your own blood child. You know what I'm saying? Because you can use donor eggs. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do if that's what you want. You know, if what you want is a
Mhm.
child as opposed to wanting your
Mhm.
biological child with Joshua. So, you know, there were
Mhm.
other things that could be discussed so that you know, we
Mhm.
got a handle on what she really wanted for in terms of children for her family. But in terms of
Right.
but to
Right.
me, to just tell her not to talk about it, I was like, that's not really an answer.
That's not problem.
I'm
Right. Right.
sorry,
Absolutely
doctor,
not.
or
Yeah.
quote
Yeah.
unquote doctor, please. I
I
mean,
agree
you
with
know,
you. Now,
yeah.
why is Jasmine trying to make Zay feel guilty of her dad's passing? Come on now. Do did not know that your dad
Well,
is gonna be dying the next 2 years.
yeah, I don't think he should feel guilty for that. He should be guilty
He
for
is trying to
being
make
a grown ass man giving her a promise ring. That's what he should feel guilty of. That was trifling. He could have just brought her a bracelet or some earrings or something. But that was just like that was just I'm not even sure why he felt the need to even do that. Cause yeah, like I do
I
agree
don't
with
mind it. I mean, I
that.
don't Erica. Erica, if it's an expensive promise ring, I don't give a damn. It's an expensive one. Listen, I'm not gonna give it to you once we break up. That's investment for me. So you can go ahead and buy me as many promise rings as you want. What I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do,
but I don't
what I do
see
not like.
why you have to wait till my whole family is there and get on a microphone to give me no promise. Like you can just be like, "Happy
Okay.
birthday, boo!" Like you don't need, you don't need to
Right,
do all that
right,
extra.
right,
That just makes that's just embarrassing. Now we just look crazy in front of my family because everybody is like,
I agree.
"You
I
all are
agree.
grown old people." You know what I'm saying?
Try to
And
promise each other
yeah,
things. Yeah, but
so but I agree with you.
she
He should. I mean,
Mhm.
if he wasn't ready to get married, which clearly he was not, because he was still halfway in the
Not
club, then you know there wouldn't have been no point in proposing and marrying you anyway if it's not gonna work out. So that part I was kind of like, it's unfortunate that your dad isn't here, but that's not
mhm.
really, you know, that ain't got nothing to do
You
with him.
cannot blame
Sure.
him. Yeah, that has
Right.
nothing to do with him. And I understand that, you would want every girl would want to have their dad walk them down the aisle, right? Maybe that's
Right.
maybe she's a daddy's girl and that's what she has, and she envisioned growing up. But don't put that on this dude. Don't do that. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
I don't like her that little turtleneck that she wears, the orange thing that she wears on her confessionals. It makes her look very tiny and small.
And now, what did you think about her and her date? Because I was like, I thought she liked him last week. This week he was in the friend zone. I was like, what happened?
I like the conversation, all right, and I like the way she said, what, we're gonna continue, seeing each other, not in a romantic kind of way, but I like that. I like at least she had some closure because Joy over here never even went to give respect to the dude that with the flamingo, right?
I know she
So
just
I
threw the
respected
picture
Joy.
away and never looked back.
Never look back. That makes you think that why was she doing all this? But yeah, I get it. I get it. I am like, all the three couples, and when they had this and they're coming to meet Dr. Stacy in the last couple of minutes before the episode finished, and everybody there is coming neat and nice. And then Ricky is coming over here with his hoodie from thrift store and an orange t-shirt. I'm like, don't they get like some a little bit money?
Oh my gosh. And Ricky and those little braids in his forehead. Like, I don't know what's going on with his hair, girl. I'm like, Ricky, what are you doing?
Like the guys are
Why,
coming here
Mr.
wearing a
Young?
nice suit, and he's over here just wearing a hoodie and just a hoodie, and them and Catherine just wearing some ridiculous. I'm like, jeez, jeez.
I know. So now,
Anywho, what are
what do
your
you think
thoughts?
about Catherine crying at the end? Do you think that she chose Marcus?
I don't think she chooses anybody. I think she's gonna choose herself. I think she's crying because Ricky has been on her side, whether she has not. It wasn't romantic, but at least Ricky helped her situate herself in Atlanta from Texas, and so she feels like
Right.
a little bit. Why am I gonna cut ties with him, who brought me in and gave me a home while I was trying settling myself? And I think that's where she's torn. She's torn over there. She better not choose Marcus, because listen, that dude is not, listen, life. And in any relationship, it is very fun in the first few days, first few months. It's fun,
Right.
fun, fun.
Exactly.
Till you realize, hey, you know.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't see
So
anything. I don't see anything between her and Marcus that is gonna carry them through into a relationship, like a serious relationship. No, they were just over there, like they just want to smash, and that's it.
yeah, I agree. I don't think Marcus does not seem at all sincere. And I think she's just kind of playing along with it. Cause I'm like, what are you seeing in Marcus that's so great? But I can see where she might just be kind of tired of this situation with Ricky too. So
Right, right, right. And tired also, but also, Erica, once you meet somebody the first time and you feel like those little butterflies, you just want to smash, right? And I think that's where she is
yeah.
at. She's like, oh my gosh, when are these cameras gonna stop? Because I don't get this at my house. My mom-in-law or uncle and little kids are still running around, so they don't even have time to do anything.
Ah, that's true. That's a good point. That's a
Now that
very
you have
good
this dude
point.
who has, yes, you have this dude who has his own space, own place, no children. She's like, yes, yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. That could definitely be it. So it'll be interesting. Now, do you know what is the record for put a ring on it couples? Like, are most of the couples together still or broken up? Do you know?
Oh, most of them are broken up. The only one that I know they're still together is Mike and Shay, whatever. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The dude is Nigerian. Yeah, the dude is Nigerian, and the girl, she's Shay. They're still together. I think they even got married.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't remember
Oh,
anybody
wait,
else.
and then the
So
one who was
now we know.
pregnant, right? There was one that
No,
got
she's not
pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah. Um,
Who?
remember the guy who told her to take a shower when she got in?
Ah,
Um,
well, that was a player. The guy with the forehead up to here. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't cute. He was cute though, but yeah, he was mean.
He was actually
I
very
know she
cute. He
got
was very
pregnant.
cute.
Aren't they still together? Are they still together?
I don't know. I know she has a child with him, but I don't know whether they're still together. We know
Okay.
Dunbar and Chance are still together.
Oh, right, right. Okay. Okay, yeah, because I was
Okay,
like, I
but
wonder
then this is
what,
just this season,
yeah, I was curious about
huh?
their records. I feel like a
Ortiz.
lot of times
Ortiz is
at the
his
end of the show,
Erica.
yeah.
Ortiz is his name. Ortiz is his name. Hi,
Oh, yes,
baby.
yes, yes.
Happy birthday. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of times it's like, okay, they get engaged at the end of the show. I feel like sometimes people get engaged just because they don't want to be embarrassed. Like, but I'm like,
Listen,
okay, are they really
that's
staying together?
that's true. That's true. That's true. We also know people who come here on the show and lie, and like we've been like, listen, Erica, you have been in a relationship for only these people. They come say 2 years. 2 years is not enough for you to come to the show and say, now you have to put a ring on it. You know what I mean? 2 years.
I agree. I'm
Two
like,
years.
shoot, he just met him, really.
2 years. And now you're on a show demanding a ring. Like what? You know? Ah.
Yeah, I
Anywho,
agree.
did
I
you
thought
watch?
that too. I was like, that's too quick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Did you watch Love and Marriage, Huntsville?
I did. I did. I liked it. I liked the tea party. I liked the woman from Atlanta trying to tell them not curse each other out. It was funny.
I did not like anything about the tea party. I mean, first of all, I don't come over here and try to tell me this is not a history class. Don't come there telling me the original. How did the Tea Party start? I'm not here for that class. Don't come and teach me how the Tea Party started. I'm here to get to the bottom of it. I was like,
I was like, funny. Yes. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, okay, I want to see this woman from Atlanta tell them, like, okay, that was a dig, telling Kiki what a dig was. I was like, yep, get her.
And so you think that just because you're telling Kiki that was you think Kiki did not know that was a dig? And Kiki coming over here with her bullshit. Oh, if that was offensive to you, I apologize. Yes, you knew that was a dig.
Right, I know. I'm like, Kiki, come on now. Come on, Kiki. Come on, Kiki. We know you're trying to stay in the show now that you're in here, now that you're an official full time, but come on now. So let's see. What did we start off with? I did not like Melody, one, taping Martell, and two, playing it for someone else and then calling him a queen, even if you thought that to be true. Like, that's a lie, I think.
She does too much. She does too much. She, like I keep saying, she takes advantage of the pain of many women, right? It's the same thing as Vanderpump Rule. I don't know that you watch it. And this girl, Ariana, now she's been cheated on. Now she's a star. She's a star. She's with the Dancing in the Star. She's going to White House. Like it's an honor to be cheated on. While that show, everybody has been sleeping with each other, right? That's Vanderpump Rule. When it comes to Melody, she has not continued to take advantage of it. Like I watched Martell, and Martell was explaining, yes, even years I have birthdays, odd years you have birthdays. To me, it wasn't about don't text me later on, say, do you want now to come and pick up your daughter? That wasn't the point. The point was, is there a celebration party? Can I just come over here and have a celebration with my children? That's it.
Right.
So don't come texting me after that. Like you want now, okay, now can you come and then Erica, why do those kids call him sir? Like sir, sir.
I don't know, girl. That's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know.
I didn't really like her so that whole little thing with Tiffany. I'm like,
yes,
I don't know. I mean, maybe if it was her mother or something, but I'm like, why are you sitting here talking to Tiffany and playing back this thing? Why were you taping his conversation with his daughter anyway? Miss, she was one to talk about she had been taped. Now you taping people? Like, I'm so confused. So I didn't really like that. I mean, I saw she could have just told her the story. Like, okay, look, he came to the party, he acted a fool, and then when I was trying to get her to take him that evening, she didn't. She could have just told her that, but like to tape him and then
she's malicious.
Yeah, that's kind of trifling. And then I didn't like her calling him queen either. I was like, okay, I'm sure he could call you a lot of names too. Like, why would you? I didn't like any of that actually. And I like Melody. I mean, I like Melody, but I didn't like, that kind of scene. I feel like they're so busy fighting that, I don't know if they're doing this for the show or for the following, but it's just like, they're kind of doing too much, I think. At this point, I'm kind of over.
Because I was watching the interview that Martell did with Carlos King, and Martell was saying, all I want her to do is just follow what the judge has ordered her to do, right? And now they're in a better position where the kid has been sick at school, and I've been called to go pick up the kid. Please let me know that it is your day. Yes, this is your week. But can you just let me know that our child was not feeling good today and I've been told to go pick up the child, right? Or I'm out of town. Are you able to pick up, stay with the kids, even if it is your week or so? Effective communication and co-parenting. I think that's what, Martell has been looking for, Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's going to get better. I'm here for Stormy's mom. Okay. I'm here for Stormy's mom. She's like, let me shut you down there. Let me shut you down right now, right there, because I don't like the way you move.
Oh, Battle of the Moms.
I know,
I hope
right?
Stormy's mom isn't gonna turn into another Wanda. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, these mothers do so much. They do so
Right.
much.
No, but I
But
liked her approach. She's not as messy as Wanda, though. She's no, she doesn't seem to be as messy as Wanda. Like she's clear and straight to the point, you know?
yeah, like
Um,
I don't know. I feel like Wanda's a little bit more hood, so I do agree with you on that.
yeah,
Like Wanda's a little bit
yeah.
more like ready to fight and stuff. But
Right.
yeah,
Do we
and
know how many? Yeah, go ahead.
I think I think no, I was gonna say I did like the fact that she, that she took the time to say what she wanted to say instead of always, because I feel like Tisha is always in the middle of Wanda and whomever. And so I like the fact that Stormy's mother had the discussion with Melody right then and there, just, get it over with. So I agree I liked
Mhm.
that a lot because I was kind of like, okay.
Now
Cause
you would think that it's you have had that conversation, you've gotten done with it, and you're done with it. It's not done with it, and because I can see Melody continuing to tweet about it, so I don't think it's done. Mimi is asking how many more episodes of Put a Ring on It is left. Do you? I think like about 2 or 3. Don't you think? Because at this point,
yeah,
they're gonna
maybe.
now, I
Because I
guess,
think
yeah.
I was thinking maybe like since they already looked at the venues, there's only like there's probably only one or two more when they have the proposal, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm tired of this. I don't like it, and I hope Stacy does not come back for sure. I don't want her to come back. They need to upgrade. Like they need to pay Dr. Nicole what she wanted. Okay, pay her money. She has all the wisdom. Put some respect on Dr. Nicole's.
That's so funny. Now, what's
Okay,
going on with Love and Marriage DC? When do they come back? Are they coming back this month?
I'm not sure. I know we have Bell Collective coming up on the 19th. Is it on Friday?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
We're
So
gonna
that's
have
that's
that. We're
next
gonna.
week, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it's the same day that a young, famous, and African is coming up. So gonna be busy. I love it. I love it.
Oh, okay. Now is that
I
on
don't know. I
Netflix?
think yes, that's on Netflix. Yes.
Okay, so now how does that work? Is it like a few episodes at a time? Because I didn't see the. It's
I'm not
only one
sure.
season I have to watch,
I'm
right?
not sure how. Yeah, I'm not sure how many episodes they're gonna release, and then they don't release all of them at the same time for sure. They do a
Oh,
few
okay.
and then a few. So I don't know how many they're gonna release. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
and this is
depending
the
on how many, and
second
then
season.
you
What
have to give
season?
people season
What
what
season are they on? What season are they on?
season two. Yeah, season two.
Oh,
Season two. Oh
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then you have to give people time to watch it, because you don't want to come here reviewing a show that people have not even had a chance to watch.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's tough
So
with Netflix is that like, okay, you want to wait, but then you can't wait too long because then everybody, streams it. So
right.
it's like, okay, did they
Mhm.
watch it or did they not watch it? So yeah, that's true.
So Mimi is saying, oh, okay, probably not. No, it's not worth it, Mimi. Just come over here, just listen to us. It's not worth it going back. And when the new season comes up, then you can start the new season. But this is not worth it. Not worth it at all. All those couples are. It's just I don't know. They should be bringing a season like Jasmine and the dude. They need to be on this show, right? Don't you agree?
Jasmine and
Zay and
Zay?
Jasmine. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
They needed to be here. They needed to be here. Anybody else who's giving us like I need children, and if I don't have children, well, that is also a good argument though. But then don't bring it here, and then all of a sudden it's no longer an issue.
Well, yeah,
Then
that to
that's
me, Joya and Joshua. Well, two things. I agree with you in that my understanding is they had only been together 2 years. I get her age or whatever, but
yes,
I was like, if anything, he might not be ready to get married because they only been dating for 2 years. Not that they got to date forever, but it's like,
right.
so I was kind of like, okay, It wasn't like they've just been together so long. Should I put a ring on it or no? So that's kind of how I felt about them. But yeah, I do feel like the baby issue is a real issue when it comes to, are you going to get married or not? They just didn't resolve it. So I was kind of like, okay, I guess they're going to get married, but they haven't resolved this issue, which they didn't, so it's kind of weird because I don't feel like going on all those dates really affected the core problem, which is, do you want kids or not? Like,
And
that's
and
basically
Erica, I was, when I was watching that date between, first of all, this show, I don't like the show of, oh, now go date other people and see. First of all, I don't like that. I don't like that move, because then people take advantage of it, and they don't have boundaries, and or you have boundaries, and then you're not respecting the boundaries, right? I feel this girl here. Yeah, thank you, sis. I feel like this girl, Joya girl, she was just wanting to make the boyfriend feel some type of jealous of situation. Like, why are you coming to talk to
right.
me about intimate stuff? Like, you told the guy, open up your chest. Why would you tell a guy open up your chest when you're already in a relationship? Open up your chest. I see those tattoos. Let me see those tattoos.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. I feel like I'm not sure if I totally, I mean, maybe I did a little bit more with Dr. Nicole, but I'm not really sure if I like the idea. I mean, they do the same things on Ready to Love. Like, they put you in these sort of contrived situations where I'm not clear what
It's
the
different.
benefit
You
is.
cannot
How does
compare.
it
No,
benefit
no,
you?
no, 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 no. Erica, this is not ready to love. Ready to love, you are not in a relationship. You're still trying to date other people. You're coming to put a ring on it with already an established
Right.
relationship
No,
with
no,
a
no.
dude.
But right. Now I get that part. But the point I'm making is the whole thing with Ready to Love really is you're dating people, and you're picking the people that you like, but everybody knows you're dating other people and they can see you, which is contrived and would never happen in the real world. So that kind of
Mhm,
makes for
mhm.
interesting drama.
Okay.
And put a ring on it,
Mm-hmm.
you're with a person, but they still put you
Mm-hmm.
in these weird situations where, like, if you were with someone and now your person knows you're going on these dates and they in the same room with you and stuff, which would also never really happen. And I'm not really sure, like, I get that it makes interesting TV, but I don't really see how, I still am not getting sort of the philosophy behind how this is going to help
I
your
don't get it.
relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yes.
think there,
I don't get it.
that's the part where I don't get. The same way I don't really know how seeing the person that you like mac on other people shows that you're more ready to love than somebody else. Like, some of the fundamentals that make it interesting to watch, I don't think really help with the goals of, fostering a good
I, I
relationship.
think I think I think for me, when it comes to ready love, where I'm open to it a little bit more and not able to criticize it as much as I can do with this, it's because you're over here trying to date A, B, C, and D until you realize Z is my correct one. So you've been going from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H up to Z. As you get to Z, then you realize, oh, so I've been kissing all these frogs, but this is my princess, my prince or my princess at Z. So I get that. That's not me. That's not who
Right.
I am. I'm not going to date two people at the same time. I don't do that. But I get it. See how open I am? See. So I get that. But I am not. But when it comes to put a ring on it, I don't get it because you've already said, this is the person I want to settle down with. If you're not gonna put a ring on it, I'm ready to move on. So I'm not ready to do other things. But really, I really want this person to be serious with me and choose me as I choose them. And I
Right.
agree with you on that. I don't understand why we are trying now to introduce other people into this. We should be introducing therapy. We should be introducing, experts to,
Yeah.
talk to us. It's not about bringing other people with red hair, just like Catherine has red hair. Now you're going to bring another person with red hair and, try to confuse me. I get out of this situation more
Exactly.
confused than I was
Exactly.
before.
Yeah, they did the red hair, and then with Joshua, they brought him another like real estate agent who was light skinned. I was like, oh, okay. So he was even turned off by it. It's like, why am I meeting someone who does the same thing that Joya does, and you know, like
Right,
almost looks the same?
right.
Like, why?
But
So yeah,
I have to tell you this. I said, and I was telling Kamisha, I said, if there's a girl who is very lucky, Joya, is that her name? Joya, she's a very lucky girl. That dude really, really loves her. Really does.
yeah,
There are
and
not
he
so many
seemed
dudes you're gonna
very
come over here bringing a flamingo to my house that I'm paying rent. You bring a flamingo and you talk to me about the chess and all that, and I'm not gonna kick your ass out. She's a lucky girl, and she's almost 40. She's almost getting to her menopausal. You have to realize we have very beautiful girls who are 20, 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? So she's
yeah.
lucky. And we
I
cannot say that
agree.
she's the most beautiful girl in. Yeah, she's not the most beautiful girl in Atlanta. That you're not gonna cause accidents just because you saw her driving and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill out,
I
chill
will
out.
say this. I think Joshua is one of the most sort of from the guys I remember from the show, he's one of the most grounded, the most who seem to kind of go with the flow, with the process. He's never
Yes,
really
right,
made any real crazy remarks,
right.
even when they didn't
Mm-hmm,
always agree. He seemed the most mature, and
mm-hmm,
he seemed of everybody the
right.
most ready to be married out of everybody. He
Yes,
just didn't want to have
right.
kids. That was his thing. So I was
Yes.
like, okay,
Mm-hmm,
So I agree with you. She is really
mm-hmm,
lucky because
mm-hmm,
he did seem like a genuinely good guy. He never,
mm-hmm.
even though he had attractive dates, he never seemed like he took any of his dates seriously. Like he was still like, okay, I'm still down for my girl. So that was nice too.
Yeah, he had boundaries and he respected those boundaries. He kept, having the girlfriend in mind, like, subconsciously, I know I'm doing this, but I know I have a girl at home, which is
Right.
beautiful, right?
Right.
The girl on the other hand, she was ready to see the tattoos and then come talk to me about the tattoos. Girl, I will smack your mouth before anything else. Come here telling me about tattoos on the chest.
Now,
Oh
anything
my
else
god.
interesting happen on Huntsville? I'm trying to think what happened.
Nothing.
Martell met with Maurice. That was pretty boring. I'm trying to think if anything else happened.
Right. The reason why it was boring because we did not see much of Marcel. We did not see much of Tisha. It was about this tea party. I just did not get about the tea party. I got the, Maurice trying to talk to Martel and telling, advising each other on how,
Right.
because, they're talking about, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and also, Kim is saying, I'm as a stepmom or bonus mom, there are things that there's some boundaries I just cannot cross, right? It's not my biological child that I cannot just discipline them like they are my own. Because, girl, they're gonna
Yeah.
remind you that you're not my mama. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
interesting. And then Maurice is gonna call the baby mama, and she was like, "Well, I think Kimmy has a point." So yeah, that little interaction was funny. That was
Well,
funny.
I'm glad now they're on the same page because they were never on the same page. So I'm glad to see them being on the same page. You
Yeah,
know
me
that.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
that part is
All
looking
right. So
good. And
we see next episode of Put a Ring on It. They are meeting with their dads. And I guess, asking for blessings or whatever. We sure know that, Ricky and Catherine are not gonna be asking nobody for blessings. Mm-mm. They cannot. They cannot be asking. No, they cannot ask nobody for blessings. We cannot. We cannot do
yeah,
that.
so I think we're coming to the end of Put a Ring on It pretty quickly. So I guess we'll see who
Mm-hmm.
gets that
Mm-hmm.
ring.
I think the two couples, Jasmine deserves a ring. Joya, whatever, she deserves a ring now that they have decided, oh, children are no longer. Let's just wait and see whether we become pregnant or not. That's fine. Okay, so those two couples, I can see them, now getting there and putting a ring on it, and even having a successful relationship, I would say, you know. But Catherine and Ricky, I think they need to upgrade on many levels. They need to upgrade on their fashion. I mean, you cannot come to national television and still you're shopping from thrift store. Don't do that to us.
You said the thrift store. No Goodwill on TV.
Bro, just a thrift store. Don't do that. And I'm allowed to go to a thrift store. Listen, every time I go to that thrift store, I'm wearing my shades. I'm covering my head with banana because I don't want you to come here looking for me and thinking, oh, Maud, hi, Maud. And I'm coming out of a thrift store. No, you're not. No, I don't want you to see me coming out of
funny.
there. Right? But you're not going to be on national television and that's where you go shopping? No, we are not going to do that. On Oprah Winfrey Network? No. So, what are your final thoughts?
I agree with you. We shouldn't be shopping at a thrift store, but I would say, maybe they're saving for a home because they do need their own place. So I will agree. I agree. They have bigger issues to resolve before they get engaged. I think the other two couples are basically ready to put a ring on it. And so, it'll be interesting to see, I guess Jasmine will get over it. And then we haven't seen Zay's alter ego in a while. So we haven't seen Loki lately. So I think he's starting to kind of mellow out.
She froze.
Yeah. So I think we're ready. So yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah. So she needs to stop crying. And realize, Zay did not have control about tomorrow, did not know that dad is gonna be dying in the next before I ask you for marriage. If he would have loved to ask for blessings from her dad, don't you think?
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't ready to get married, and he's just now barely ready. So, I mean, like he literally got ready. He's really. This is the first episode he seemed like he had any sort of maturity. So, like, I'm like, girl, this is the best he's done in all these episodes.
I think. So. Erica, I think it's because of the tuxedo. I think he wore that tuxedo. He was like, oh, shit. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, like that was the first time. Yeah, I agree with you. Because I feel like when he was in the store, in the tuxedo store, talking to the guys, that's the first time he really sounded like he had any sense, really. Like he was always making little crazy remarks and doing all kinds of stuff that was not honestly age appropriate for his old butt. So I think that was the first time he sounded mature. I'm trying to get myself together. These are things I'm afraid of. That was one of the few times where I was like, oh, okay, he sounds like he has some sense right here today. So
right. Even for him making that argument that most of the time I'm 98% in it, but then the 2% sometimes becomes so big. That's a constructive reasoning or argument that he can have, right?
Right. I agree.
But then listen, I've been married for close to 15 years now. Listen, I even up until now, sometimes I have that 2%. Like, shit, why did I get myself into? You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna go away. It's never gonna go away. It is you realizing, I have 98%. That's good enough. You're never gonna get 100%, and that's life. That's how life is.
That's true. That's a good point.
So he needs to learn that. Anyway, as we end this live, I want to appreciate you, Erica, for stopping by. I know you're a dog mom. I hope you had a wonderful dog mom's Mother's Day.
Thank you. I took my dog mom to see my real mom. So yeah, it was nice.
Yes. I hope your mom is doing amazing. I appreciate you so much. I know you have a lot going on, and I thank you for stopping by. I also want you you and I to have a conversation about that, because College Hill, Jocelyn and the girl from New York are having a very heated discussion between her coming to tell Jocelyn the dog died. Her dog died, and she's very emotional about it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Jocelyn does not seem to understand, I thought that was your child. Why are you comparing a dog to a child? Did you see that clip?
I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah, let me watch it and we can talk about it because
I'll
I'm
send it.
like,
I'll send it
yeah,
to you. I'll send it to you. I will send it to you because I am there with Jocelyn, and I know you're not there with Jocelyn, and I would love for us to have that conversation, right?
yeah, let me see it, girl. 'Cause I'm
And
like,
I'm
what
gonna,
you mean? Something happened to my baby, girl. Sometimes I'll walk and he'll like
see,
he was
that's
off the
why.
leash.
That's why.
I'd be trying to have a heart attack, like, oh my gosh, no. So,
see,
so yeah,
see,
let me watch
see.
it though,
That's
because
that's
it's like,
that's that's why. I'm gonna send
yeah,
it to you,
I mean,
and we can
obviously
have
I
that
don't have
conversation
kids, so
because.
I can't, yeah, I can't speak on having kids, but a lot of times,
Mhm.
especially if you're single or whatever, but even if you're not single, I would think, but dogs often give you a lot of companionship. And
Mhm.
and that's how you develop a bond with them. So like if something were to happen, like
Mhm.
sometimes I think about that because it's like, okay, because dogs don't live as long as people do, so that this dog is only
Mhm.
going to be in your life for if you're
Mhm.
lucky, 10 years. And so
Right.
you do have
Right.
to value those moments. So anyway, send me the clip, girl, because I wish somebody would be like, what? I
Well,
can't go to work. I need to be
we
taking
might be
FMLA. I don't know what you're talking about.
going
But
we might be going viral. You know how African I am. You know how African I am. It's gonna be an interesting conversation. I'm gonna send it to you, and we can have that
yes,
conversation
send it for
this week.
sure, for sure. Yes,
Yes.
my dear.
All right. I appreciate you, baby. I appreciate you so much for coming. Thank
All
you
right.
so much for
Happy
stopping
Mother's
by.
Day, Chica. Happy Mother's Day and happy
Thank
Mother's
you so
Day to
much.
all the
Thank
mothers
you. I
out
had a great
there.
time.
All right. Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you,
night.
babe. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Your girl, Mother from Mama. I had a fantastic Mother's Day. Uh, tomorrow is gonna be a little bit challenging for me because I did my first mammogram. I did my first mammogram 6 months ago, and the first time I did it, the doctor saw some a little bit of stuff on my left boob, right? And then the doctor told me, you know what, I need you to come back after 6 months because I want to, watch you closely. And then I went there last week, and they said, oh my gosh, we see more stuff. Like the stuff that they saw 6 months ago, it is a little bit more this time round. And I have a biopsy coming up tomorrow, you guys. I am freaking out. Um, I need all the prayers. All right. I'm trusting, like, everything's gonna be fine, but you never know, So I'm gonna be there with my husband, tomorrow. I will let you guys know how that goes. I'm just grateful, and I feel blessed because those are not opportunities that people from my country have, right? So it's a blessing to have these opportunities, and I count it as blessings to me. So I'm gonna go there. I've talked to Liba from Ready to Love. You guys know that she did her. Um, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Uh, I've been talking to people and I'm freaking out. Uh, we'll see what happens. They told me that when my appointment is for tomorrow at 2 p.m. I have to wear a very supportive bra, and I'm not supposed to be showering for the next 24 hours. A little bit scary, you guys. And the only question I have is, can I have a vodka? Can I have a shot or two? I just wanna, make my life. So yeah, that's what's happening. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, babe. Thank you so much. I will let you guys know how that goes. Yeah. Appreciate everybody. Happy Mother's Day, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything, for supporting me, for supporting each one of us. Actually, Aubrey, I support you, my girlfriend. We are in a winning season. Like I keep reminding you, it's a winning season, and the devil is a lie. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. Mimi, I need to talk to you. Mimi, can you DM me? Can you DM me? Because you said you've been there. I would love to have, that insight. DM me and let's chat. Thank you, everybody. It's your girl, Mother from Mama, the undisputed African Queen. Thank you guys for stopping by. Bye.